Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way. Today's we look ahead to Watford's game against Birmingham City away from home this weekend. I'll be here live on the Watford Way doing a watch along, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that out. If you aren't travelling to Birmingham City, make sure to join me here live on the Watford Way as I walk you through everything that happens in the match on Saturday afternoon. But yes, a new era for Watford. It seems like we talk about new eras every season at Watford, but Watford are under the guise of a new manager, and that interim manager is of course Tom Cleverley, who I would class, me personally, as a club legend at Watford. He captained the club at numerous points as well during his career with us, and he's an all-round top bloke, isn't he? He's a top professional. He's been there, he's done it all. He's played for England, he's played for Everton, he's played for Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson, and he's played here at Watford as well for a large proportion of his career. And Tom Cleverley, as I just mentioned, is now interim manager at Watford. His first interview with the club come out this week, and he says he spoke to Gino and Scott Duxbury on the Sunday morning after the Coventry City defeat. And from what he said during his interview, it looks like he will be the interim head coach until the end of this season, unless, of course, something major happens and Watford decide to appoint someone before the end of the season, which, to be honest, I doubt will happen. So it looks like we'll be under the leadership of Tom Cleverley until the end of the season, which I think for me is great news. As I said, top guy, top professional, and I'm sure he can bring a lot of experience to the team and hopefully bring in a few wins along with that as well. We'll discuss about his interview, of course, right now. And Tom Cleverley obviously spoke about his time at the club, and is very complimentary to everyone, really, to his fellow teammates. He's obviously got existing friendships within the team. Cleverley himself only just retired at the end of last season due to injury, which was really unfortunate because, you know, on his day he was obviously a top player. And then this season, obviously, he's been leading the under-18s, and they've picked up a few positive results himself. I do feel like it's a shame he's had to leave the good work he's done with the under-18s to be promoted into such a high pressure role, you know, managing a championship club. It's not something that someone of his age and his experience should be doing at this moment in their managerial career. But he's been thrown into this situation and he looks to have basically taken it on in full confidence, really. He came across really well in his interview, some tough questions asked by the interviewer as well. But I think the main point I want to bring up, and the question really I wanted to be asked and I was most intrigued about, was how will Tom Cleverley play, and kind of what will his style of play be? What are we going to see from a Tom Cleverley Watford side in the Championship? And he obviously didn't say too much because he doesn't want to give too much away to obviously Birmingham City ahead of this weekend. But he did say that it will be a little bit like him as a player: high energy, on the front foot, aggressive, and hopefully will penetrate quickly and be an attacking team. So those are the brief words there from Tom Cleverley around his tactics and the style of play he'll look to implement. I think that was to be expected. I think what he just said there: aggressive, penetrate quickly, and be an attacking team. I think that's what really every football fan wants to see. Is he going to have enough time to create a positive impact at Watford? I'm not so sure, and I'm a bit concerned about Cleverley going forward, because I don't want his experience at Watford for these last 9 or 10 games to ruin his career prospects going forward. I hope and I wish him well for these upcoming games, and hopefully we can pick up a positive result against Birmingham. Birmingham themselves have obviously been struggling this season. I just checked the Championship table and they're hovering just above the relegation zone, luckily for them. Tony Mowbray obviously took charge of them midway through this season, who I believe is still having some health issues at the moment, so hasn't been managing them for a good while now. So of course I wish Tony Mowbray all the best for the future, and hopefully he'll be back in the dugout very soon. They have just come off the back of a really disappointing defeat for them against Middlesbrough, and yeah, I think for Birmingham City, they were hoping to pick up a positive result from that game. Watford, of course, are struggling themselves and might get dragged into a relegation battle if we're not careful as well. So I'm sure Watford will be hoping for a positive result from this game too. And only about 6 or 7 points separate Watford really in 14th to Birmingham City in 21st position in the Championship table. So it's a really tight table, and Watford really just need a couple of wins to kind of separate ourselves into mid-table, or either drag ourselves back into a relegation battle, which we don't really want to happen at all. So fingers crossed for a positive result away at Birmingham City this weekend. I know we've sold out the away end as well, which is fantastic to see everyone going away from home to support Cleverley and the lads. So yeah, it's good to see we've sold out the away end. In terms of injury news for Watford, a few injuries to talk about, which I'll touch on very briefly. Georgie Chapford-Atsay, who had a great appearance last time out at home to Coventry before he got injured. I thought, again, he could have been man of the match until he went off with that injury. He's out injured but it looks like a short period of time, alongside Ken Sema, who's picked up a hamstring injury, and Jeremy Ngakia has picked up another injury. It looks like it's a knee ligament injury for Jeremy Ngakia. So them three players will be unavailable for this game. Another key player for Watford who will be unavailable is unfortunately Wesley Hoot, who's picked up a 2-match suspension, which means he won't be available until now after the international break for accruing 10 yellow cards, which is really frustrating. Obviously, Wesley Hoot is, a great left-footed centre-back, arguably one of our best players this season, if not our most consistent player, I think we can all agree on. And he's going to be out for the next 2 games with a suspension. So who lines up at centre-back? I don't know. There's ideally 3 players to choose from there. You've got Matty Pollock, Francisco Sierralta and Ryan Porteous. I think Porteous has to go in there. He scored 2 goals in his last 2 games. He seems to be on a decent run of form at the moment. And then I think the toss-up is between, obviously, Matty Pollock on that left-hand side or Francisco Sierralta. I think for me personally, I'd probably go with Matty Pollock, actually. I've really liked him in the appearances he's had recently at Watford. So for me, I'd go Matty Pollock and Ryan Porteous in that back to looking ahead to Birmingham City this weekend. Of course, let me know your starting 11 in the comment section down below as well. What is my score prediction going to be for this game? I've got to go positive. Tom Cleverley, interim head coach, club legend, top professional. This has got a classic 2-0 to the Orns away win written all over it for me. And I'm going to go for Yassir Espria at the double in this one. So 2 goals for Espria and a clean sheet for Watford away from home to get Tom Cleverley's reign off to a very, very good start. And as I mentioned earlier, let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and please join me here on Saturday afternoon around 10 minutes prior to kick-off as we go live here on the Watford Way to watch Tom Cleverley's Watford team hopefully pick up 3 points away at Birmingham. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.